Muslims will protest that between 750 and 850 A.D. they made great strides in science. But even this is misleading, as all they really did is have literate Christian slaves preserve the Greek manuscripts they had stolen from the Byzantines. During this period, educated Persians, not ignorant Arabs, were in control of Islam. And the timing was crucial. Oral recollections of Mohammed's savagery and deception had faded, as 5 generations had come and gone since his death. The Sirah, the first written account of Mohammed's poisonous and destructive dogma, was distributed by way of Hashem and Tabari's manuscripts, and Islam's golden age ended. Fundamental Islam damned Mohammed and impoverished their condition.
Koran 47 verse 3. This because those who disbelieved followed vanities, while those who believe followed truth from their Lord. Thus does Allah coin for men their similitudes,
or resemblances,
as a lesson. Whoever denies faith
in Islam and Mohammed,
his work is of no account, and in the hereafter he shall be one of the losers.
This is written at the level of a grade school bully. You'd think that if you're going to claim the Quran were written by God, you'd do a better job. German scholar Solomon Reinach agrees. Quote, "From the literary point of view, the Quran has little merit. Declamation, repetition, puerility, a lack of logic and coherence strike the unprepared reader at every turn. It is humiliating to the human intellect to think that this mediocre literature has been the subject of innumerable commentaries, and that millions of men are still wasting time in absorbing it." End of quote. Yet we must expose it, because Allah wants Muslims to smite, to wound, to kill, to overpower, to subdue, and to imprison all non-Muslims, called infidels.
Koran 47 verse 4. So when you clash with the unbelieving infidels in battle, fighting jihad in Allah's cause, smite their necks until you overpower them, killing and wounding many of them. At length, when you have thoroughly subdued them, bind them firmly, making them captives. Thereafter, either generously free them or ransom them based on what benefits Islam, until the war lays down its burdens. Thus you are commanded by Allah to continue carrying out jihad against the unbelieving infidels until they submit to Islam.
That was especially vicious. Pretending to be more powerful than he really is, Satan cried,
"But if it had not been Allah's will, he himself could have exacted retribution and punished them without your help. But he lets you fight in order to test you. But those who are killed in Allah's cause,
jihad,
will never let their deeds go to waste."
Keep in mind that the Quran is talking about the deeds of jihad terrorists. One doesn't get killed in a spiritual struggle. The test is of a Muslim's ability to kill. The Islamic reward for terror, kidnapping, and murder is Allah's garden of bliss. The Quran says so.
Quran 47 verse 5. Soon he will guide them and improve their condition, and admit them to the garden, which he has made known to them. Believers, if you will not help,
fight
in the cause of Allah, he will help you and make your foothold firm. Quran 47 verse 8. But those who reject Allah and Islam, for them is perdition and destruction, and Allah will render their deeds ineffective. That is because they hate the Quran and the Sunnah, revelation. So he has made their deeds fruitless. Have they not traveled through the earth to see the fate of those before them? Allah wiped them out, bringing utter destruction, and similar fates await them.
Not only is Islam's dark spirit destructive now, he's always been that way. Death litters his path.
Quran 47:12. Allah will admit those who believe and do good deeds,
the best of which is jihad,
to gardens, while those who disbelieve will enjoy and eat as the beasts eat. The fire will be their abode.
Mohammed told Muslims that they will always be brutal and vengeful.
Bukhari. Allah's apostle said, the believers, after being saved from the fire, will be stopped at a bridge between paradise and hell, and mutual retaliation will be established among them regarding wrongs they have committed in the world against one another. After they are cleaned and purified through the retaliation, they will be admitted into paradise.
In Islam, retaliation cleanses and purifies, not atonement.
Koran 47, verse 12. And how many cities with more power than your city, Muhammad, which has driven you out, have we destroyed?
I don't know. How many, besides New York and Washington, Beirut and Jerusalem? Lucky us. Allah's about to share another parable.
Koran 47, verse 15. Here is a parable of the garden, which those who fear and keep their duty are promised. In it are rivers of unpolluted water, rivers of milk, of which the taste never changes, rivers of wine, a delicious joy to the drinker, and rivers of running honey, pure and clear. In it there are all kinds of fruits, with pardon from their Lord. Are those in such bliss like those who shall dwell forever in the fire, and are given to drink boiling water that tears their bowels to pieces, and cutting their intestines to shreds?
Oh, Allah is such a lovely storyteller. Now we learn, according to the Quran, those who lived with Muhammad didn't believe him.
Koran 47, verse 16. And among them are men who listen to you, Muhammad, but in the end, when they leave you, they say, what is this he's saying now? Such are men whose hearts Allah has sealed, and who follow their own lusts.
The hypocrite declared.
Koran 47:20. Those who believe say, how is it that no surah was sent down for us? But when a categorical,
definite, decisive, or uncompromising
surah is revealed, and fighting and war, jihad, holy fighting in Allah's cause, are mentioned and ordained, you will see those with diseased hearts looking at you, Muhammad, fainting unto death. Therefore, woe unto them.
Woe is a bad thing. It usually precedes destruction or damnation. Here it is being used to warn the deceased, peaceful Muslims, which, as you have surmised, is an oxymoron. According to the Quran, a peaceful person cannot be a Muslim. Those who believe otherwise are hypocrites. The Quran's last surahs could be reduced to obey, pay, and fight. Islam is now completely devoid of choice, prosperity, peace, or freedom.
Koran 47:21. Were they to obey, showing their obedience in modest speech, after the matter of preparation for jihad had been determined for them, it would have been better. It is to be expected that if you,
Muslim,
were put in authority and given command that you would do mischief in the land and sever your ties of kinship, such men are cursed by Allah. He has made them deaf, dumb, and blind.
Once again, Muhammad Allah is acting like Satan. He is demeaning his followers by projecting his own flaws onto them. It's hard to fathom mischief worse than that depicted in the Islamic Hadith.